Hi, with me today I have Dean Landry, and first I was wondering if you could just first tell me about yourself.
Sure, sure. I've been at Trident now since 1978. Got here from Michigan Tech. I went to school up there, got my degree, got a master's degree actually between biology and forestry. It was kind of a soil science degree of sorts because I was working with mycorrhizae, plant-root relationships, and spent a year teaching there, and then was looking around for a job. I had an opportunity down here, and so I've been here since. Originally from New England, so it's a far cry from up there, but kind of like it down here because the weather's a lot more predictable and a lot easier to adjust to, especially in the wintertime.
Okay, and can you tell me about the programs Trident has initiated to contribute to a sustainable future?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked because one of the big programs that I've been working with is a program that Dr. Thornley, our president, started several years ago, about 2009, I think. It's a Trident TTC Green. It's a committee that we've set up, and it's basically to do several things. Basically to promote sustainability throughout the college, but we're also doing a lot of analysis. We're looking at the energy use throughout the campus. We have several people on the committee. Bob Walker, who's the Vice President for Continuing Education, is the chair of it. Tim Fulford, who works in Continuing Education, is on it, and then several people from all over the campus. But we look at assessing things like the amount of drive time people are putting in. We're looking at, and Bob and Tim have been excellent at promoting the use of CARTA, the CARTA buses. You've seen a lot more CARTA bus stops now. That really is a testament to all their, a lot of the work that they put into it. But we're also looking at the various buildings. We've cut back on what we call the set points to the building. So we don't use as much energy in the summertime. In the wintertime, we've asked people to just dress a little bit warmer in the winter and a little bit cool in the summer as much as they can and still be modest. But we're doing all of those things. The real shining star in all of this stuff is the new nursing and science building. We've got a 970 building, just opened up. It's LEED certified. In fact, it's LEED certified silver. Wonderful building. It's got all kinds of characteristics to it that are LEED compliant. In fact, proponents of LEED. We reuse a lot of the water. We reuse some of what we call the gray water. We catch water coming in off the roof, water some of the plants. There's actually a deck up on the third floor that has a lot of plant material on it. We use sedges out there for a green roof, so we recapture a lot of the CO2. Inside the building, it's just lighted up. I mean, there are windows everywhere, and it really makes good use of lights, all LED based. I could go on and on. I mean, I can't talk enough about that building, but again, is a testament to Dr. Thornley too, because she really pushed to get that building set up, and we are very proud of it. But every place you look on campus, you'll see recycling going on. You'll see faculty incorporating sustainability into their curricula, even the math courses, the English courses, biology. We all do it, and we enjoy that because that's what it's all about.
Okay, and even though federal and state governments have begun to introduce legislation to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, it may take some time before we see any significant changes. So what can we do as individuals to speed up the process?
Well, I think going back to some of the efforts that we're doing with the TTC Green, probably use mass transport a little bit more, recycle more. One of my pet peeves is just something that I guess I'm kind of known for. I'm not a big proponent of people who use plastic bottles with water in it and then just throw the bottles out. I like people to reuse those. And again, if you go in the new building, and I've noticed a lot of LEED certified buildings are doing this now, they've got special water stations where you can refill those bottles, and it actually keeps track of how many bottles it's refilled, so you can see what your sustainable sport is doing.
Yeah.
Recycling newspapers. I know the SPCA right now is recycling papers for use with the animals, and so those don't go to the dump. Every time you look around, you'll see some new initiatives, but another big part of that, and I was reminded in the class that I just met this morning, I think a big part of it too is education. I think it's just getting the word out, letting people know that we all support it, and I think then kids pick up on that. Other people who might have been skeptical are going to start picking up on it. So I think it's just taking care of our environment.
All right, thank you. And with Trident quickly becoming one of the fastest growing schools in the state, what has been done in your department to nurture the development and growth of tomorrow's leaders and innovators?
Actually, it's college-wide. And our president she noticed this years ago. We've been talking about the possibility of turnover. We don't want to lose the expertise. And so she established what's called a leadership cabinet. In fact, we meet today for a monthly meeting. But leadership cabinet has about 150 of the college's leaders, and we have grown. We've gotten really big. But we get the leaders in. We basically just converse with each other. We talk about events that are shaping what we do, give each other ideas on how we can improve what we're all doing. We talk about things like sustainability. We have reports from all the various committees. Currently what we're doing is we're having each of the campuses and each of the programs, the various academic and non-academic programs, present what they do so that we can get better communication. So we're doing that, and part of the leadership is also to help promote anybody who looks like promising material to be a leader. We ask them to come. People sometimes have, they're brand new at the college. We'll get them to come so that they can see what the leaders at the college are doing, but also pick up from the expertise that we have, maybe even suggest ideas on things we can change. And one of the things I've found is in one of the courses we teach out of the Vice President's office, all new faculty and new staff, I believe, will go through a class that's taught by the Assistant Vice President of Instruction, and they're introduced to all the procedures, all the contact people, all the various resources of the campus, and that helps them to pull all this together so then they can communicate much more effectively. And again, once they've learned the ropes, they can make suggestions on how we can improve. And I know our president's been a big proponent of this, where she's told new people, you guys are in the best position you can be because you're not hampered by knowing what we've always done because we've always done it that way. You can give us fresh ideas, and people are doing that. We're learning a lot and changing. Of course, one of the biggest changes coming up is this fall when we're going into compression, where we're going to go to 7-week courses.
Mm-hmm.
That's been in the making now for several years, but that came as a recommendation from several people. We've gotten feedback from students who took Maymaster courses. We're kind of listening to some of that and putting all that together to help the students succeed. And we're getting a lot of support from some of the faculty, and of course we're all learning from that too. So, and that's part of what the institution is. I think the students sometimes forget they're not the only ones learning. We're learning with them, and it's one of the things that's made my job so much easier. When I first went into teaching, I thought I couldn't possibly go in there, put myself in front of all these people and act like I know all this stuff, because I don't. I never will. But once I realized that what I'm doing is I'm facilitating the teaching, and I've had some wonderful students who've taught me as much as I've taught them, we work together. And I think that's pretty pervasive in Trident. You'll see that through all the classes. You'll see that work all the way through the administration. And Dr. Thornley's always been my mentor since I've been here. She's been a very big proponent of that. She's helped us be what we are.
All right, and then one final question. What quality do you think the youth of today need to get to the top in their selected fields?
Confidence. Confidence. And it's not that they can't do it, but I've seen some very, very capable young people who just don't feel that they can do it. They give up too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And there's talent out there. There's tremendous talent out there. But I've had people come to me saying, I can't do the math. And they'll run a couple of problems and change the major as a result
Mm-hmm.
of that. People are afraid of the science. People, they don't want to have to face the challenge, and they all can. But I think, the biggest thing I would put my finger on is, again, developing confidence and knowing that you can do it. And there are all kinds of ways to do it, and I won't go into all of those right now, but I think just forming study groups and all, working with others, you can do that. But I would dearly love to see more people have confidence, because I think they can all succeed.
Okay, and Dr. Bill, I'd like to thank you again for coming by and giving me a wonderful interview.
Sure, thank you.